Clash Royale.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nexon Arena. We're in the midst of a very interesting series. Patience is up 2-1 on Zest, a result that I don't think a lot of people would have expected here. Zest having some trouble recently getting out of some of these groups.
Yeah, man. I mean, Zest has been one of, if not the strongest Protoss player in Korea for a while. And then all of a sudden he gets kind of upset out of GSL. And you're just like, and then he's down in games against Patience, and you're like, and now it's like almost out of the tournament game point for Zest. He's got to bring it back, man.
And I'm not really sure how to put it, but his games just seem like not fluid. Like, he doesn't seem exactly sure about his movements and what he's doing. And I mean, Patience seems like he came in practice with specific builds for specific maps. Even though the first two were cheesy, maybe after that second game where he came back from behind and then just won in a straight-up game, he was like, wait, I can beat this guy. I don't need to cannon rush him. That doesn't need to happen. That's the only game that Patience lost, is where he botched a cannon rush.
Yeah, and that was like the fast. I actually thought that was game number 3 that we were going to go into, and I was like, wait a second. We actually already lost game number 1 because it lasted for like 2 seconds. So now we are actually coming into game number 4, which could be our last game of the night, as Zest struggles to hold on and keep himself in this best of 5 versus Patience.
Yeah, and not only does this not look good for Zest here in this matchup, but it doesn't look good for KT in their upcoming matchup against SKT in Pro League. So we'll see how he can do. Guys, we're going to jump into game number 4 now on Frost. We are on Frost for game number 4. And up in the top left in the red from the Afrika Freaks is Patience.
See what the fans have to say about Patience. Says, you're doing good, Patience. Show us how to do it.
Show us everything you prepared today.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if you prepared that cannon rush, but well, looks like we'll see if Zest can get prepared. He is the red Protoss KT. I hope Zest can stay a little bit more patient and show us a better performance. And here already a probe coming out from Zest, scouting the wrong way on Frost, which means that he is going to be lost in the wrong neighborhood down there.
Ooh.
Not a great place for probes to be, unless he is going to make his natural in the cross-map main.
Well, if this were SOS, I'd be like, well, maybe, He just goes for a crazy Nexus first in the other corner of the map and then somehow wins, but not SOS in the booth and not crazy, so not going to do that.
I feel like if Reach hadn't already had the title of the man toss, that would be Zest's title, just because of how buff he is, so good at crushing nerds. He started out with a very strong strat, or a very strong hold, and since then things have looked a little bit worse. So Zest will finally scout the other wrong base, and is still kind of in the dark as far as what Patience is going, which for him might be a little bit scarier considering all the crazy aggressive strats that Patience has gone for so far this game.
Yeah, thankfully for him, Patience is playing it very straight up, going for 2 Adepts. And it looks like he rushed out the Mothership core very fast, so perhaps that's just to defend his Nexus over here. And Zest is not even going to go scout that just yet. He's going to come over here to the Watchtower first.
And Zest also has not built another Nexus yet, so he is a little bit slower on there. I don't think he's one-basing quite yet, but he does have a lot of early Adepts shading across the map. I actually thought those were all Adepts and 2 of them weren't shades, but so he actually has fewer Adepts than I thought. Unlucky looking at the minimap. But here come those first few Adepts, just to scout out the natural that has been started by Patience and see what he can see.
And seeing that Nexus is all he needs to see.
Okay,
Patience going to also get a scout too of the Nexus. And not going to commit to the shade here is Zest.
He did kind of pressure that natural a little bit, but really just injured the shields there. Really unharassed here. Now Patience with a much stronger economical start.
Yeah, that is for sure. It looks like Zest is going to Stargate on the back of this. Perhaps he wants to go into a late Oracle and try to do a bit of damage to the probe line to catch up that way. But his tech is definitely going to be behind in terms of, I mean, if you look at Patience on the other side, he's going for a robotics facility and a Twilight Council, all these other great techs which you want to get early on in the game. So he is going to be ahead in there. Nice use of the line of sight there of the hill, actually.
Theoretically, Zest should lose this Adept right here, and it is going to go down. Should be able to save that last one. Oh, no, he actually...
Oh, no. Boy.
All right.
Uh-oh, Rapid.
So, this is a bad spot to be in. You are down in Adepts early on, and it's going to make this natural all that much more difficult to defend.
Yeah, very, very true. I mean, this, even though the Stalkers are going to be able to poke here, if you look at just where we're at, Patience, he shouldn't commit here. Okay.
Wait, yeah, he's actually just going to lose these Adepts and get no probe kills. So, all right, well.
I guess he thought there may be more probes already down here at the natural, especially if you take a look at his probe line. It's up and running, so maybe that's what he was expecting.
All according to Kaikaku. It's all according to plan, man.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you for translating that one. I was giving you the googly eyes. I'm like, what?
That's one of those jokes Valdez didn't know ahead of time. You guys need to educate him there. But
that's how you know our cast is not scripted.
No, man. We did not discuss this ahead of time.
You didn't tell me you were going to throw that one out there.
I saw the abort mission look on Valdez's face. I was like, no, and I couldn't stop. So we'll see how well this Oracle can do. Not really all that well so far, but this time it's Patience that is massing up those Stalkers early, and interesting spot to find Zest in as he continues to go for this Oracle harass.
I mean, it's essentially done 0 damage. I guess he's going to try to attack the front here. Wow, okay, he's really just committing heavily to the economic harass here. He's
trying to
lose
run in at the same time with the Oracles.
Actually, you know what? This is getting a nice bit of damage. 8 probes for those 4 Adepts is not bad.
Yeah, he target fired the probes down with the Adepts, so that was actually really good, and did decent damage with the Oracles in the back line. Also saved both of them, so didn't lose those. Always good to keep those Oracles alive. Keep them in there for the Revelation. Make sure that he can keep up with everything that is going on. However, during all of that harassment, Patience was able to push out on the base, and is now going to apply his own amount of pressure here to Zest Natural, and attempt to be the worst masseuse and put too much pressure on him. When the game blinks right into the main with that Observer over the wall, he's getting off a lot of nice snipes. Even snipes Zest's Observer, and it's going to be able to pick off this Immortal!
The Immortal is huge here. The Mothership Core late on the overcharge just because of the positioning.
God.
And with the Warp Prism, he's going to be able to come in here. And now the Mothership Core is going to go down. Uh-oh, Zest. Patience wins the game and wins the series 3-1 against Zest. Unbelievable.
GG stands for good God, man. That was so good. Patience. Making me lose my voice even if I weren't sick already.
Wow.
Damn.
That was, oh man, this is not the series I expected, and what a quick one that was.
People taking selfies in the audience. You got to commemorate this day. Patience. And he was even Zest. You know, if you look at his sort of body language as you were getting into this game, he's the one making the bring it on motion. And man,